Hey guys, this is Ghostbed Miner coming at you from the power of YouTube through the internet itself. Okay guys, so in today's video we're going to be looking at actually overclocking your mining rig. Is there really a benefit from overclocking your mining rig? We'll go ahead and take a look at that in this video. And also what we're going to be looking at is the difference between 100% power draw with an overclock on, stock settings, and 81% power draw. So stay tuned for this video for more information over these topics, guys. See you in the video. So here's the miner we're using right here. Nothing too crazy. We're going to be using the 6 GTX 1060 6GB cards. They're actually different variants. So this was actually just a stock card, super clock card, a stock card. I actually have a For the Win edition right there, stock card. One of these is a For the Win edition, just without the badge on it. So that's what we're looking at. These are the cards. What I'm using is actually a Asus Z170 motherboard, plugging in right directly to the internet, and I'm using actually a version 5 version 7s and 1 version 9 PCIe riser. Power supplies right there. We're looking at an EVGA 850 BQ, and on the back we have an 850 G2. The BQ is actually running most of the risers. The G2 is running most of the cards because the G2 offers 4 VGA power outputs. This one only offers 3. I'm using a splitter in the back right there for motherboard, so they actually turn on at the same time. See that right there. I'm running a hard drive, $14 hard drive, and that's my little format right there. We're running a Intel Pentium core processor, which is actually the G4400, and it's also a LG 1151 socket. So that's what we're running. We're running 8 gigs of RAM from AData. That's the sticks right there. Each one holds 4 gigabytes. And that's what I recommend for anything. I recommend 1 gig of RAM per card, so that will hold you out for a little bit of time. So that's the mining rig right there. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the default settings. Okay guys, so I'm going to go ahead and open Teamviewer. Let's go ahead and pop up this menu. So first off, the cool thing about Teamviewer is it's a free app for Windows, Apple, and phones. You can use to actually remote monitor your mining rig. So this comes in handy, guys, especially if you want to mine and keep an eye on your mining rigs. This is awesome to look at temperatures, look at troubleshoot errors, especially when you're looking at, let's say, nanopole, looking at your rig on there, and you see, wait a second, what happened to all my solution? Second, you can pop up Teamviewer, reset everything, and bam, you're set. So I'm already connected through Teamviewer with my laptop, so I can get out of the loud mining room, and let's check out default settings on your 1060s. So what I'm running right now is actually 6 1060s. I'm using MSI Afterburner, so you can see all my cards right here. The 6 of those. The reason why I use MSI Afterburner and not EVGA Precision Tool is because MSI Afterburner actually lets you run actually up to 8 cards, and you can actually overclock all those cards on the software, whereas EVGA Precision Tool only lets you run up to 4 cards. So this is a big must to have, especially if you want to use more than 4 cards. So anyways, let's go ahead and open up Nanopole Zcash Miner. We're going to be using the EWBF Zcash Miner. So it pulls up all your cards from 0 to 5. 0 is your first card. And now we're going to see how much we're making off of a default type of setup with 100% power draw, a 0% memory core clock, 0% memory clock, and fan speeds are actually sent to auto. So first off, guys, you never want to start mining like this, especially if you're beginning. You'll burn up your cards fast. You'll see them heat up extremely fast because that fan speed on auto is not going to be able to cool them off fast enough, and again, it will actually go up and down in speed. So you want to keep a constant speed on these fans to cool your cards. So yeah, they start off at 61 degrees Celsius, 59, nothing too crazy, but you're going to see that heat actually increase really fast. So this is going to be a really fast test. Again, I'm also going to be looking at how much wattage I'm pulling from the wall. And the tool I'm using for that is a kilowatt. It lets you know how much wattage you're pulling from your whole mining rig. So you can already see one of those cards hit 72 degrees Celsius. It's already extremely high. I really don't recommend running any cards above 70 degrees Celsius, just because that's going to take away your life expectancy from your mining rig. And you don't want to do that. These cards are pretty expensive. So I'm going to run each mining rig for about, let's say 4 rounds, and I'm going to get the average of those solutions a second. So one more, so you can see this is off of stock settings, nothing too crazy. And at the end of the video, we'll look at percentage-wise of profitability. So let's see, one more little sweep, and then we'll run the next one. Look at those cards heat up, guys. Wow, 78 degrees on 2 cards, 75 on 2, 74 on 1. So let's go ahead and stop that right there. So we'll go ahead and take a average of all those temperatures. I mean, not temperatures, sorry, solutions a second. Okay, guys, so after looking at the kilowatt, this was actually my final analysis over stock settings with a 6 GTX 1066 gig cards from EVGA. So this is what we're looking at. We're looking at average solutions a second, 1,791 solutions. Watts for the whole machine coming from the wall is actually set at 938 watts coming from the wall. And then the highest temperature was 78, and this is after 4 passes. So now we're going to look at overclock with 100% power and fan speed set to 75%. Okay, so this is also something I don't use because of the power draw, but we'll go ahead and see if in the long term you make more profit. So let's go and pull this up. Here we go again with the Teamviewer. So I already had that settings applied, so 100% power. 83 degrees, that's going to be the limit on that. Core clock is set to 115, and memory clock is going to be set to 430. Again, fan speed is going to be set to 75 degrees. 75%. So let's pull this up real fast. And here we go. So it's pulling up all the cards. Sorry about the barking dog in the background. That's not my dog, it's my neighbor's dog. Anyway, so we're pulling this up. So let's see if there's going to be a difference right away with this, the overclock on, and power set to 100. Which the power was the same from stock again. Also those fan speeds, let's see how cool it keeps the cards. After running it for about 6 sweeps, what I saw was actually the highest temperature went to 81 degrees Celsius, which is not good for those cards. Ooh, look at those cool cards, 57 degrees, 51 degrees. This is nice. This is where you want your cards to be, anywhere from 50 degrees Celsius to a max of 70 degrees Celsius. I don't really like 70 degrees. I like to keep it below that because I'm running these cards 24/7 and they don't really get a break unless I do maintenance on them. So let's see. So that's already a big improvement. So 1,983 as the first one. So we're going to run this 4 times, get the average of that, and also get the average of a power draw from the wall. So again, this is probably if you are getting just into mining, this is a good thing you can do, especially if you're using those GTX 1060 cards. This is a good setup right here, guys. This works best for my rig. Anything higher than this actually gives me an error code, and it's probably because of one of the cards I bought was actually from OfferUp, and it was used, and I think this card just overheats too fast. So still really good temperature readings compared to the default settings. So definitely, guys, please get a overclocking tool, even if you're using one card. You're going to be able to control those fan speeds. So let's wait for one more sweep, and we'll go ahead and get the average of that. Okay, so that looks pretty good, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and get you the average. Okay, guys, so here's the again the overview of 100% power with fan speed set at 75% and with overclock on it. So the average solutions a second was 1,950. The difference from stock was actually an increase from 150 with an increase of 159 solutions a second, which is pretty good. That's like almost like a 970 card on there, so that's pretty good, especially because you're getting that for free. So the wattage did go up. So the wattage went up to 985, which is an increase of 47 watts, which can be a difference over a long term. And the good thing is the highest temperature was only 70 degrees, which from stock is 8 degrees lower. So that fan speed of 75% actually decreased that fan speed from 8 degrees Celsius, which is good for over time. You know, you don't want those cards running that hot. So let's go ahead and open up Teamviewer and let's look at the final one, the one I prefer to run my cards off of. Not that. So let's go ahead and close this tab, but let's go ahead and look at my preferred one. Okay, guys. So this is what we're doing so far. We have the power settings set to 81%. Core clock set to 115, just like before. Memory clock is set to 430. And fan speed is set to 75%. And just make sure you click this little check mark right here to actually apply the setting. So here we go. This is actually my preferred setting. So you're going to go to run the miner. And let's see the difference. So this is what I like to use, just because it keeps the cards cooler and actually saves you a little bit money in your electricity bill because you're pulling less wattage from the wall. And again, when your cards are cooler, guys, it actually increases the longevity of your card. So let's say if your cards only last 2 years running at 100%, they should run at least double the lifespan, so at least 4 or more, especially if you put a box fan. And the reason why I'm not using my box fan right now during this test is, again, I'm trying to see with the least amount of factors what is actually the best thing to do for beginner miners, especially people that actually have to pay out of pocket for electricity, for people that just want their cards to last a little longer. So you can see right there, it's already pretty cold, 57 degrees Celsius all around on all these cards. So we're going to run this 4 times. So here we go, guys. So as you see right now, 1,922 solutions second, just a little bit lower than before, and it looks like we're dropping down to 1,800 area. Again, we're going to see the difference after I do all these testing on these cards. I'm actually going to put them all into a crypto compare to actually compare them with profitability pretty much and see which one's best for you. Again, for me, since I don't have all my electricity included and I pay out of pocket for electricity, I actually keep it a little lower, especially because I'm in Texas. It's a little hotter, so I keep these I keep the percentage down to 81% because this temperature limit keeps it down also, so it won't let it rise over 76 degrees Celsius, which is really good for longevity of the card. So let's see, one more sweep, guys. See, nothing's hitting above 70 degrees Celsius, which is really good. Looks like our hottest card is 67, and that's the card I got actually from OfferUp, which is probably needs new thermal paste. So that's what we got so far. It looks pretty good. So let's go ahead and pull the averages from the wall, guys. Okay, guys, so I have Crypto Compare pulled up right here. So the first thing we're going to check out is going to be stock settings. So our stock settings, we were actually pulling 1,171 solutions a second from these 6 cards, and the power consumption was 938. So after pulling out the 2% mining fee and the 10% kilowatt fee, we're making $133 a month. Okay, so that's not too bad. You know, Zcash right now is actually worth a pretty good amount. So Zcash right now, one Zcash is worth $282.79, and today is March 27th, 2018. So if Zcash is worth more in the future, well then, yeah, or less. So I just want to let you know how much it's worth today. So let's go ahead and look at the second one. So for mining at 100% power with my overclocks on, we're actually pulling out 1,951 solutions a second from the wall. And the power consumption actually went up a little bit to 985 watts at the wall. So we got a little bit of an increase right here from the wall. So you can see the profit went up a little bit. And we'll check out the difference on my spreadsheet in a little bit. But it went up a little bit, which is good. But again, our also daily cost went up. So let's go ahead and put the last one in, which is the one I prefer to use, which is 81% power draw. So on the 80% power draw, we're actually getting 1,910 average. And the watts we're pulling from the wall was the least amount, which was, let's go ahead and look at this, 872 watts from the wall. So look at that, guys. That's actually kind of surprising. So if you are paying for electricity, definitely try to decrease the power wattage from the wall. So by doing that, you can use a overclock tool like I did, and you can get a pretty good profit per day. So profit per day is 236% profit. Pretty cool, guys. And let's go ahead and look at these stats off of this one. So you're mining $1,803 a year of Zcash. But look at the power per year to cost, or the cost per year is actually $736 a year to run the mining rig. So this is something new miners need to realize, is you have to pay for, if you have to pay for electricity, definitely use Crypto Compare and see if it's worth it. For me, that's worth it. My card's already paid off. I've been using them since December. You know, watch my other videos, you can see how much I was making back then. So that's what we're looking at. Power cost per week is $14, but you're making a $34 profit. So that's not too bad. So let me go ahead and pull up my little Microsoft Word document. I'm going to increase the size. So overall, this is what we got. So from stock setting, you're going to definitely kill your cards. They're going to get overheated. They're going to die within a month. So if you want to do that, definitely don't do that, but you make $130.33 a month. With an overclock with 100% power, you're going to make $144.33. The difference from stock is actually $14. So a pretty good difference. And the good thing is it's 8% difference in Celsius, so your cards will last longer. But I don't recommend using this one because look at this, guys. With an overclock of 81% power and fans at 75%, you're actually going to be making $148.23, which is actually a difference from stock of $17.90, which is almost $18 difference. And from the 100% power draw, that's a pretty much $4 difference. And the best thing is, guys, the hottest temperature I got was 67 degrees Celsius, so it's going to make your, it's actually going to keep your house a lot cooler compared to this one, 70 degrees Celsius. And if you put a box fan behind that, it's even better. Anyways, guys, this is GhostBit Miner. I'll see you in the next video.